What's up? What's up? What's up, people? This is your boy Rome. Welcome back to the channel. This is the fourth official. And without further ado, ref, blow the whistle. Let's go. Hey, listen. We're gonna have a short little chat tonight about certain things happening around the Premier League. Big things happening around Manchester United. Players leaving, players negotiating, and players probably coming in. We're going to talk about that bum side Arsenal and how Arsenal is competing with new rivals in order to stay relevant or become relevant, depending on who you talk to. We have a few things we need to hit down. We need to talk about Gareth Southgate. If you look in the description, we talk about Gareth Southgate and his team selection for England. We talked about the 30-man squad, then down to the 26-man squad. Now he has injuries, so he's have to pick someone else. And the decision Gareth Southgate makes when it comes to picking his team is just, it don't make sense, fam. None of it makes sense. The more you think about it, the more you're wondering, why is Gareth Southgate doing this? And to be honest, seeing that was a story of a while ago, we might as well start off with that. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, the English team has been called. First, they called a 30-man squad, which was then cut down to a 26-man squad, I think. Or maybe they called 33 and then it went down to 26. And to be quite honest with you, since the beginning, as the very first team, you started to wonder, what's going on with Gareth Southgate? So now the new team comes out, and Gareth Southgate has 4 right backs, fam. 4 right backs. Now you call 4 right backs in your squad for a 1-month cup championship. 4 right backs, 1 month. The most you can play in this 1 month is 7 games. The least you could play is 3. Why do you need 4 right backs? Your most important games in this is your very first 2 games. As if you get maximum points from your very first 2 games, there's a very strong chance that you will make it to the next round, which means you will play your best team in the very first 2 games. So if there's any room for flexibility, it would be in that 3rd game, which in essence, you would pick even if you have 4 right backs, you play your very best right back for the first game and the second game, unless he has a massive crap game, and then you play your second choice right back. And then in the 3rd game, what are you going to do? You switch it up a little bit and give 3rd choice right back a game and give the other man a rest. Why is the 4th one there, fam? Why is the 4th right back there? If you're not sure as who this 4th right back is, the 4th right back is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, what Gareth Southgate did was, I think his main right back is Kyle Walker. And next to Kyle Walker, you have Reece James. After Reece James, you have Kieran Trippier. And then Trent Alexander-Arnold. No, nothing that belongs in this world of common sense explains why Trent Alexander-Arnold is in this team. Kyle Walker is the champion, is the winner of the Premier League. Reece James is the winner of the Champions League. Kieran Trippier is the winner of the La Liga. The only thing Trent Alexander-Arnold won was 3rd place, fam. Why is he in this team? He offers nothing to this team compared to the others, fam. He had a horrible season. But because the English press keeps pressuring Gareth Southgate, it gives Trent Alexander a spot in the 26th. So people like Lingard loses out. I don't get it. People like Lingard loses out. Before we move any further, this guy, BPZ, Manchester is blue. What Manchester, fam? What Manchester are you talking about? You have to be more specific, bro. Because there's a Manchester in Jamaica. And I'm not sure if they're blue, red, purple, or gray. We'd have to call the MP down in Manchester, Jamaica to find out. I don't know what Manchester are talking about. Please, while you're spamming the comments, just make sure you be more clear as to what Manchester is blue. What does that mean? I'm sorry, I don't speak English very well. Anyway, so no, fast forward to a couple of days ago, England played their first friendly. And Trent Alexander-Arnold gets injured. I don't know if it's karma. I don't know what. But Trent Alexander-Arnold gets injured. And what happens after that? Now he's going to call back one of the guys who we already told that he's not going to be playing. Who will he call? Why is it that Ward-Prowse was not in the team in the first place? One can argue that Lingard might not have merited a spot in the team, but Ward-Prowse being the best and only set-piece taker in England right now, the best set-piece taker in England, both on corners and free kicks, Ward-Prowse should be in this team without a shadow of a doubt. Yet he is not. He is absolutely not. Trent Alexander-Arnold is still in the team. It doesn't make sense. So Trent Alexander-Arnold is injured now. Maybe, hopefully, probably, possibly, Ward-Prowse can get into the team. Manchester City. Yeah. No, fam. Manchester will never be blue, bro. Manchester, England will never be blue. It will always be red. Always, 100%. We can have this conversation over and over again. You've been having a purple patch for the past maybe 10 years. But it still doesn't make Manchester red blue, fam. Manchester City, 2008. The oil money from the Middle East took over, and you man start by everybody and their grandmother. Flood money into the club. Right back at each other. You guys were nothing before 2008. You man were getting 9-0 by Middlesbrough 20 years ago. So let's not have this conversation about Manchester City right now, because you, as a Manchester City fan, I can guarantee you probably just start watching football 5 years ago, and you run into a team that was winning, and you're all of a sudden, boom, yes, that's the team I want to support because they're winning. You know nothing about history. You know nothing about Manchester. You know nothing about the Premier League. Only kids support Manchester City right now are people with the affiliation from overseas. Are just people who want to watch football and watch winners because they've been winning for the past 5 or 6 years. So I pay in mind. Anyway, a little bit more about England. So yes, England, 4 right backs, 2 injured players. Harry Maguire is injured. Jordan Henderson is injured, yet they're in the team. And you're sending people back like Ben Godfrey, White, sending them back. Why, fam? These men should be in the team, right? There's no way Henderson should be in the team and Maguire should be in the team. Them man haven't played in months. Henderson hasn't played since what? February? March, maybe? And him still in the team. Why, fam? Why? These things don't make no sense. You understand? And speaking from a football fan, right? From a footballing perspective, you have Ben Godfrey, who I think Gareth Southgate knew that he was never going to pick Ben Godfrey in his team. However, Gareth Southgate had a special plan, because Godfrey is also eligible to play for Jamaica. So if you bring Godfrey into the team and you go ahead and put Godfrey probably, and give him a cap, then now he's tied to England. There's no way he can play for Jamaica anymore. Godfrey's a great talent to move forward, but will they ever? I don't know. No, he's never going to play for Jamaica. This man says he's gonna drop some polish at my doorstep so he can polish my trophy shelf. Fam, I have a trophy shelf. Trophies, fam. You understand? You don't even speak about trophy when it comes to Manchester United. You know not to speak about trophies when it comes to Manchester United, fam. If you're a Manchester City fan, then you should know not to speak about trophies when it comes to Manchester United. You should know that. The most successful club in all of England. You must not know that this channel is called The Fourth Official with a heavy Manchester United bias. You knew because you came in talking to me about Manchester City. So you should know not to talk to me anything about Manchester United when it comes to trophies. You man are a thing of the past. You can't even win the Champions League. Your coach is fraud, fam. Fraudiola. This was your best and only chance to win the Champions League. Don't think you're going back there close like that again next year. Don't you think you're going there again next year? This was your best and only chance to win the Champions League. And look how your man just dashed away. Polish. Brother, go about your business, fam. Yes, before we get into the Manchester United news and reviews, let's talk a little bit about Arsenal and their bid to become relevant. Because Arsenal is no longer relevant. Arsenal is dead, fam. You want to know what happened last week? We lost our penalties, fam. We lost our penalties. My team didn't show up. We didn't lose 1-0 though in the final. We lost in penalties. And it went all the way to my goalkeeper too. So, yeah, that was that. My team just didn't show up. My coach didn't make the substitutions that he was supposed to at the time he was supposed to. I think that was about it. It felt bad at first, but then Saturday came around and the Champions League final was on. I wonder what happened in the Champions League final. The greatest player in the world, Kevin De Bruyne, was total shit all game. I don't remember him playing. Did he ever play? I don't think he ever played. Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne was total crap all damn game. So I don't want to hear it, fam. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. I'd rather lose the Europa League final than lose the Champions League final. That hurt more, I can tell you that. It definitely hurts more. We're coming for your asses next season, fam. Next season, we're coming for your asses. And you know it. You know it, bro. So keep the trolling. I like it. All right. So, yes, Arsenal's bid to become or even to get relevant again, because now Arsenal is, a mid-table club, struggling, fighting to finish top up, in the top 10. Their aim is to finish above Tottenham. That's how deep Arsenal has fallen so far, in my opinion. And I don't know what to tell you, man, about Arsenal. Right now, there is news coming out that attacking midfielder that they've been coveting for the past 2 years has just agreed some sort of terms with Aston Villa, fam. Arsenal is struggling competing with Aston Villa for Emi Buendia. Don't ask me why, fam. Buendia, who just got promoted to the Premier League, right? Arsenal is now struggling to get that man in their team. Aston Villa I'm hearing that Aston Villa is the team that he's gonna be signing for. So Arsenal can't compete with Aston Villa. Arsenal is dead, fam. If you're an Arsenal fan out there right now, and you're watching this or you stumble across this video, and you get to this point in the video, I don't know, 12 minutes in, 13 minutes in, I'm sorry. I really am. Your team, your club has deteriorated down to irrelevance. So that you're struggling to compete with Aston Villa for a midfielder from the Championship, fam. A midfielder from the Championship is telling you no. Arsenal fans, you're soon dead. You're dead, fam. Dead. Tough. Now you have to go back to Real Madrid and beg them for Odegaard. You got to go back to Real Madrid and beg them. Okay, we do get Odegaard. You have Odegaard for half a season and Odegaard was complete shit. It's going to be complete shit when he gets back next season. It's going to be the same thing like it did with the other waste man from Real Madrid. Get him for a season. Think you Danny Ceballos. Think he's the greatest thing. And then boom, Ceballos leaves. Go back to Real Madrid. You bring him back and he's still crap. You had Odegaard for half a season and you man think it was the best thing ever. Look at you now. Arsenal fans, fam. Yeah, man, not even good enough to make the Conference Cup, bro. The Conference Cup. The Conference Cup. You, man, not even good enough to make. Even rats, rabies rats, look down on the Conference Cup and you, man, can't even make it. Sad. BPZ, whenever you come back on the stream, make sure you like the thing in a fam. So you like the stream, share it with all your friends, your families. Tell them to come over, come watch. You say your family support Man City. Tell them to come over, come watch, fam. All right, moving on. So Manchester United released a few players this season. Every year, of course, every year comes around, they release players. More times than not, it's normally like the academy players who really or grew the academy that gets released. Sometimes there are some big name releases from the first team. So a couple academy players that got released today, a couple of days ago. One of them, I think Anna Pushma got released. No, Anna Pushma was this young midfielder that we bought maybe 4 or 5 years ago from, I think, Barcelona. And he was really brought in to be that creative spark, very good on free kicks. And for the most part, he was used and misused in the academy, if you know what I mean. Because he came in to be a midfielder. There were times that Pushma was playing right back, left back. They made him play all over the place in which he was never able to cement a spot and made it his own. Like, he was never able to stay in that midfield. Whenever he played in the midfield, you can see him as a presence. Whenever he played at left or right back, he was always there, a body, and he was always performing well. But Pushma never really cemented a spot, and that was a problem with him. No one actually saw him as that spark that was going to step out of the academy and become, the next first teamer. To be honest and to be fair, this last year or the year before, he was really showing up, coming up with crucial goals, a lot of goals and a lot of assists. Earlier this year, he was playing really well, and people had thought, hey, maybe he could get a loan move and go out and prove himself. And then he got an injury. And then that was it, fam. That was it. I haven't seen him all season after that injury. And then we just learned that he's got released. So he's probably going to go back to Spain, play in the second division in Spain. Hopefully, the future is bright for this man. I'm hoping that he can step up, and just do his thing. Pushmal, much respect, much love, bless up yourself. Another player that was released, which comes as no surprise, is Romero, the goalkeeper. Third, fourth, fifth choice goalkeeper at this point, I don't know. And Manchester United has been released, and there's been a lot of talk about Romero for the past year. Because Romero was supposed to leave last year, and the board didn't accept the money that was asked for him, and they just sat on the deal. They didn't want him to leave. His wife was talking all sorts of smack. I know he's been released. David De Gea came out on social media saying, good luck, Chichi. I think that's what they call him. You deserve to be treated better wherever you go next. And that's kind of like a dig, possibly a dig. Probably not to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but to the board. Because the board really did treat him bad. Like, they had the opportunity to send him away for him to go play football and just didn't. Which I think was very stupid, because he was on the wage bill for a year. But they made their decision. I don't have a problem with Sergio Romero, but I'm not a fan of Sergio Romero. And the reason for that is, I always felt like Sergio Romero was comfortably in that number 2 position. And his comfortability in the number 2 position made David De Gea comfortable in his number 2 position. And what I mean by in his number 1, but what I mean by that is De Gea never really ever looked over his shoulder when Romero was number 2. Because he knew all Romero wanted was the cup games and the Europa League games. David De Gea was comfortable as the number 1. As soon as Dean Henderson came back last year and started knocking on the back of his head saying, listen, I want that number 1 spot, then you start seeing a pep in De Gea's step, which was great from our regard, meaning both players are pushing each other. Romero just never seemed like the type who wanted to push for the number 1, and that made David De Gea complacent. So I can see why David De Gea loved him so much, because, of course, he didn't really want David De Gea's spot. But who knows, because there might not be a David De Gea next season, especially if Manchester United is going for Tom Heaton. Nobody knows at this point. And then the next thing in terms of players being released or negotiated is Juan Mata, fam. Juan Mata. Somebody give Mata a red card, fam. And listen, I love Juan Mata as much as the next man, but I don't see why Juan Mata should be a part of this team. Juan Mata is holding up the number 8. Is all I'm saying. He has absolutely no role to play in this team at this point. None. If he wants to be a mentor, he can become a coach like Michael Carrick, fam. If he still wants to play football, he can go to Italy. They're welcoming old people over there like nothing. Juan Mata has not been contributing anything for the past 2 or 3 years. And it's not that Juan Mata's fault. It's just that his game deteriorates as you age because of his stature of the man. You understand? Juan Mata's game depends so much on him being agile, quick, and all of that goes the further you go up in age. Juan Mata is just not going to be effective in this team that is pushing for a championship. So he should not be a part of this team. I'm as sentimental as the next man, but at some point we have to start making sacrifices if we want to win, fam. You have people coming up in the comments talking about Manchester City. As soon as they get to a City, get rid of you. They didn't quit. They didn't think twice about getting rid of Aguero. So City reshuffle them team every 2 years, fam. Why is Juan Mata in this team still? I don't know. I cannot begin to tell you. It's a mystery. I need to fix it. So they're negotiating with Juan Mata now for an extension of a contract. I think Elanga or Albert Mesbury is not in the team. So I don't think Juan Mata should be a part of this team anymore. I think Juan Mata time has come and gone. I love you, Mata, but time for move, fam. Time for move. That's all I'm saying. Before we move on further to the main story, big shout out to Anthony Elanga representing his country, Sweden, U21 scoring. Big shout out to Ahmed Diallo. No, Ahmed Diallo's story is brilliant because he's of Tunisian descent. I think he was born in France, and he decided to represent Tunisia, which coming from a Jamaican who is excited about Jamaican, diaspora playing for Jamaica. All those guys from England coming over and playing for us. I'm happy that Mesbury took the opportunity to go play for Tunisia, and he's actually played today. I think he played 45 minutes for Tunisia today. So, Anibal Mesbury, big up yourself, fam. Big up your blow self. Much respect. Anibal Mesbury will now come back to Manchester United in pre-season. I think they'll send him out on loan, possibly to France. He's going to be comfortable in the language. His family's probably going to be there. Hopefully, he can play some Ligue 1 football and improve, because we need Anibal Mesbury back to be the understudy to Bruno. Because that boy, I can see him being that Bruno understudy, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. Yes, we spoke about Elanga. We spoke about Mesbury. I also want to give a big, massive heroes shout out to Ahmed Diallo. No, Ahmed Diallo was brought by Manchester United last season, at the beginning of last season. I didn't come in until January. And no one knew who this little cat was. I didn't know who he was. All I know was we bought someone from Atalanta, this little one, for 32 million. I'm like, 32 mil? And at this point, everybody was mad because we were supposed to get Sancho. That didn't happen. And then you can spend 32 million on Ahmed Diallo. Of course, I'm pissed. Like, what the heck is this? And then, after looking into it, after tempers were calmed, look back, check to see what's going on, and you saw that Ahmed Diallo was a massive talent. And the more, he come along, when he finally joined us, we started watching him more. He scored that goal against AC Milan, and everybody was excited. Didn't play as much, but did play. But fast forward to today, this man is called up by his national team, Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast. And the Ivory Coast was playing today against Burkina Faso. And what a game that was. It was 1-1 at the end of the game, 96 minutes. Free kick at the edge of the box. Ahmed Diallo steps up, puts it in the top left corner. Keeper had no chance. All that jazz. Wish I could show it to you right here. Scenes down in Africa, fam. Scenes. It was everybody, the entire bench, run up, jump. Can you imagine scoring the winning goal in the 96th minute for your country? Your first goal, a free kick, top bins off your left foot. This is what dreams are made of, fam. And he definitely came through clutches today. And big up yourself, Ahmed Diallo. Wherever you're resting your head tonight, just know millions of fans saw that, and millions of fans are saying, bless up yourself, fam. Ahmed Diallo to the rescue for Ivory Coast. And then to the main story of the night, people. We're back again. Summer is here. The transfer market is open. And yet another story from a man like Fabrizio Romano saying Sancho is close. Sancho is close. 5-year deal agreement. Dortmund and Man United are negotiating. Sancho is close. And I, for one, will love this to happen. I'm looking forward to this to happen, but I don't see it, fam. Not until Sancho is holding up that shirt, because there's been so much talk from last year and the year before that we're going for Sancho, we're getting Sancho, and we still haven't seen Sancho. Dortmund upon Twitter trolling man all of last year about Sancho. Yes, Manchester United needs Sancho, but Manchester United also needs a central midfielder, because you get Sancho on the right, you have Rashford and Martial on the left, you got Cavani, Greenwood and Martial down the middle. Who's going to play in the midfield behind Bruno? Because Pogba is no longer going to be playing on the left. We don't need Pogba on the left. We need Pogba as a deep line midfielder with one defensive midfielder, and that is not Fred. That is not McTominay. That has to be a Yves Basuma. That has to be a Declan Rice. It can't be Samora anymore because Samora signed for Leicester. It has to be a Ndidi. You see where I'm getting at here? We need a ball-playing central defensive midfielder, someone who can connect with the defense and the attack, someone who can come and pick up the ball from the keeper when we're getting pressed and be press resistant to get the ball to Pogba or to Bruno. We need that defensive midfielder that we do not have. Fred, McTominay, not defensive midfielder. Fred is more of a breakup play number 8, moving from box to box, fam. He's not a CDM. McTominay is worse, not a CDM, fam. McTominay is a goal scoring number 8. The Fellaini type number here, you can pop up in the box and get you a goal, fam. He's not as dominant in the air as Fellaini, but he is as dominant on the field, and his foot movements is quick. He can get up the field and score. That is McTominay, fam. McTominay is not a CDM. And we have them playing CDM for the past 2 years, both of them, and we cannot win a championship like that. We need a Declan Rice. So are we going to be able to afford Sancho, a CDM, a central defender, and a right back? Because I'm hearing that we're getting Trippier as well. Will we be able to? I don't know, fam. I don't know. But I will not celebrate until that final whistle blow up. Until the ref blow the whistle and I see them man holding up the shirt. But we definitely do. Solskjaer is making promises about us getting those players. I don't know what to tell you, fam. But it's sounding as if it's very close when it regards to Sancho. I'm looking forward to seeing that happening. I'm hearing that it's even closer with regards to Kieran Trippier. Now, you guys know how I feel about Trippier. I spoke about Trippier a while ago, how FIFA banned this man for months because of some betting infringement. I'm hearing today that what happened was he told his friend that he was going to sign for Atletico, and his friend went ahead and put 20 pounds on that betting that Trippier was going to sign, and he did, and the friend win money, so they banned Trippier. They don't do anything about racism, When people go out there and racially abuse people, they don't do shit about that. But you ban this man for 4 months, fam. Manchester United were going to get him in January, I think, but the ban just turned everything upside down. Can you imagine, fam, banning somebody because of some betting crap where he didn't even put money on it? I'm hearing. But you pay more attention to betting because your friends and family losing money that way. Don't FIFA. Y'all dead to me, fam. Dead to me. Anyways, we move. Keep it moving. Yeah, so that's what it is at this point when it comes to Manchester United coming in and coming out. We're hoping for Jadon Sancho. We're hoping for Trippier. We're hoping for a CDM. We don't know who or what that CDM will be, but let's hope. There's no news about Harry Kane. Funny enough, no one is talking about Harry Kane. The news was hot last week when it comes to Harry Kane. No one is talking about him anymore. Will Manchester City go for him? I doubt that there will be an opportunity for Manchester United to go for him. And the only way that I can see Manchester United getting Harry Kane is if Manchester United somehow decide to part ways with Anthony Martial. Now we know Tottenham loves Anthony Martial. They've been quoting him for a while. Now, from my perspective, I love Anthony Martial. I never want to see him leave. But if he's going to go one direction and Harry Kane is going to come the other direction, that's a tough task. It's a tough way. It's really hard for me not to say no. You know what I mean? He had a very bad season last season, and if he stays, I'm pretty sure he's going to come good next season. But the chance to get Harry Kane, fam, would be a Van Persie all over again, fam. That's going to guarantee you 25, 30 goals that season, fam. Split that up across the competitions, and it's definitely a trophy when you look at the other people around him. Cavani can guarantee you 15 goals, fam. Rashford, in terms of goals and assists, is going to be up there. Bruno is absolutely consistent. Bruno is probably going to be over 20-something goals again next season. If we are scoring a plethora of goals next season, it's guaranteed a trophy. Harry Kane guarantee you 25 to 30 goals. So I would take that in a heartbeat. But there hasn't been any news about Harry Kane, to be honest. So I don't know what to tell you, fam. I really don't know. There's been talk about Chelsea wanting Lukaku. Don't ask me why. Lukaku playing the old man league. Lukaku is over in Italy, killing it in Italy. Lukaku, who grew up in the Prem, who could knock it in the Prem, the moment Ole Gunnar Solskjaer come in and say, I need you to start working and running, you decide to lift up your coattail and leave. You think he's going to come back in the Prem and play in a team with Tuchel and do well? Tuchel, do what you need to do, fam. I'm not a fan of Lukaku in the Premier League. Lukaku is great in the Italian league because they give him so much space and time. And he's just over there bullying everybody. He cannot do that in the Premier because defenders over here are as big as him or even bigger. That's why he can't do that over here in the Premier League. But hey, to each his own, fam. Going back a little bit to Harry Kane, I don't want Harry Kane to go to Manchester City. If he does, it's over. You see what they did when Aguero was in his prime? If he goes to Manchester City, it's over. Now, I could be wrong because I said the same thing about Thiago Alcantara going to Liverpool last season. Clearly, that didn't work out too well. But still, fam, this is not just someone who's coming from the German league who is a great footballer but couldn't actually fit in the Prem. This is someone who is in the Prem, has been doing it in the Prem, consistently in the Prem, fam. If he goes over to a team that actually is a team and not at Tottenham, swear. Swear. Speaking about Tottenham, you think Manchester United is run by idiots, or clowns, or incompetents? You think the JFF is run by incompetence? Tottenham is run by a nothing but hamsters, fam. A hamster time over that. Hamster time over that. You fire Jose Mourinho with zero planning, zero research on who you want to bring in, zero research on when that person should come in. You just wake up in the morning, look at your lamp and say, oh, time to get rid of Jose Mourinho. I don't care what it is to pay him off. Then you bring in Mr. Mason. My son Mason. Mason was crap. Kept you afloat. Still crap. But no, you cannot find a replacement. Tottenham about to go on a pre-season with Mason still as the interim. Because they're negotiating with Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte gave you the middle finger. I thought at one point you went to Allegri. Allegri said no. You're courting Pochettino, the same man who you disgraced and fired a couple of years ago. You're quoting him again. Courting him, sorry. Trying to bring him back. What is wrong with Tottenham, fam? What is wrong with Conference Cup champions, bro? I know. Everything is wrong with that side, fam. Everything. Management, everything is dead on Tottenham side. I don't know how to fix it. I don't want to fix it. Let them carry on, fam. Let them carry on. There's not much talk about Liverpool buying anyone. The ref hasn't even been on the pitch on that one. There's not much talk about Liverpool buying anyone. The big thing is Liverpool probably has to sell before they can buy. And I don't see that happening. No one's going to buy Mane or Salah at this point because the money is just not there. Keep an eye on Pogba. Riola, because I'm hearing Riola asking for 500K per week, fam. 500 grand a week for Paul Pogba. Yeah, and a joke. It's not like me over here I make fun. Big man thing. They're asking for 500 grand a week for Pogba. Pogba probably depend 300 now. I know they here depend 370. Pogba want 500K for stay at Manchester United. Well, Riola asking for that. Maybe it's just a negotiation tactic, you know. Oh, I'll start at 500K. How about we say 370, sign this contract, and bye-bye. 500K. Dirty bomber ask that, Riola. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the 4th official. Remember to drop a like on the video. All of you man watching, subscribe, share it as well. Would love to see you share this with your friends and family. Have more football fans come on. Manchester United fans. Remember, this is the 4th official where we talk about football with a heavy bias towards Manchester United. So have a great day. Have a great night. Bless up yourself. Take care of yourself. Manners.